Right guys, sorry. What have I been doing? Well, I have been getting some stuff done. So we've got one project that has moved on. It's a series chassis. It's on Land Rover. So that's the chassis. All cleaned up. Had some repairs, a new rear cross member on it. Some repairs to the flywheel crossover cross member. But it's looking tidy, I think. More than can be said for the garage. So yes. Series Land Rover, 88-inch. Oh, I've got the camera the wrong way again. So I've ground it down and just about to weld it up. We've cleaned it all up. So got the wee trusty welder. What do you think? That's not bad. Well, I'm quite happy about that. Because I think that's a good weld, and well, the oil pitches out it, but we'll see once we get it onto the truck, and proof will be in the pudding. Here we go. Time for new goggles. These are a bit foggy, but hey, they do get used. So I can kind of see what I'm doing when I'm working away. Anyway, right, something else that's needing fixed, apart from my head, my hair, and what's inside there too. Right, here we go. So, something else I've got a wee bit of an issue with. My grinder. That's goosed. So my grinder's goosed. So, went and got a new grinder. Haha. Just a cheapie. Wee Dewalt cheapie one. Here we go. 25 quid. Does the job, and it'll last probably as long as the last one did. I would say about half a car. So I think this Land Rover will probably be a 2 grinder rebuild. Seems about right. 2 grinders and about 400 discs. But we'll get there. So I'm going to go and tidy up the garage, throw this old grinder out in the bin, and try and get something actually finished. Right, sorry about the sniffles as well, but one thing before I go and tidy up the garage is, see, when you buy a new grinder, you kind of think when you buy a new grinder, you would get what you need to use to work the grinder, to maybe fit the blades. But you don't actually get one of these with the new grinder. I mean, what? Why wouldn't you get the tool to take the bit off on your new grinder? So luckily enough I had the one with the old grinder. But you'd have to go and buy one of these if you didn't. What I'm also doing before I throw the other one out, and we're going to keep these, because you never know, you're forever losing these. So they seem to be close enough. Well, they seem to be the same size as the other ones. The bore's the same. The key on the back There's that wee bit there. The shape of that is slightly different from the other one, but this one's slightly bigger than the old one, or the new one. Slightly bigger than the new one, so it does fit. So if push came to shove, I could still use it. And hey, if I don't use it, I've got a friend Dave that could probably turn it into a table lamp or something. Right, I'm tidying up, honest, I am. Right, but I just thought, before I put this away, I'll tell you one thing that this has, part of a big chunk out of the disc. The one thing that this has that my other grinder didn't have is soft start. Now, you might, what's that? Right, so wait and see. Look, hang on, make sure I don't maim myself here. Right, so you press the button. Did you hear that wee delay in the startup? So what there is in this one, it doesn't have the kick that the other grinder had, the old one. So when you're starting off, particularly if you're doing something, get rid of them, particularly when you're doing something at close quarters or it has to be a bit delicate, it gives you a wee bit easier to get it started, so you don't end up shooting off and cutting the wrong bit off. So just a wee thing. It's a Dewalt. Oh, has it even got a number on it? It has got a number on it. That's a Dewalt DWE 4016. As I say, cheap as chips. Does the job. It's probably one of these ones that you see the guys that have got half a dozen on their wall with different grinding discs and cutting discs and brushes, wire brushes in them, so that it saves them changing them all the time. But hey, me being cheapskate in my garage as I am, I've just got the one, and if it breaks down I'll get another one. But no, I just have to chop and change them all the time. So it's got the disc that I got. It's got a knackered grinding disc in it, so that should get chucked as well. So that'll be done when I'm tidying the garage up, which is happening now. Yeah. So I'm going to put a wee video on when I'm finished tidying up at the end, a wee clip at the end that'll show the place tidied up. Now tidied up is relative. So catch you in a bit. Just getting a crazy video of this. Right, here's a question for you folks. Seeing all these programs you see the guys with their lazy eyes. See all these folk you see with their tools, and the tools are always perfectly clean and tidy, etc, etc, etc. So you think, how on earth do they do this? Well, I've got one question. How do you get all that off? Apart from physically scraping it off. It's a magnet. And that's got all the grinding stuff on it. So yeah, I've got my gloves on and I've scraped that end a bit. You can see it's not quite as bad. But is there an easier way of doing it? Maybe you can tell me. Who knows? No, honestly, I don't really care if you tell me or not. But hey, that's what I'm going to do now. Get rid of all the filings off my magnet. See what a fun day I'm having today.